Dear child, please open your heart and listen gently because the angels are surrounding you right now closer than ever, and they're asking you to pay attention, not with fear but with trust. They have been quietly working behind the scenes, guiding energies, softening hearts, and preparing the truth to come forward. They are gently helping your person step into a moment. They can no longer delay. Something big has happened. Something your soul may have already felt, even if your mind didn't understand it. Yes, your person had a deep and serious confrontation with their family, and whether you saw it coming or not, you were the spark that lit a fire long waiting to rise. But please know, this is not something you caused. You did not break anything. You did not bring chaos. You brought light. You brought truth. You brought love into a place where love had been silent for too long. And sometimes when the truth enters a space that has been filled with control and fear for years, the ground shakes, the shadows tremble, and everything that was held back begins to rise. Your person, the one you love, the one your spirit stays connected to, has been carrying a storm inside them. They've been torn between two worlds, the world of their family's expectations and the quiet, steady pull of their love for you. They have tried to keep the peace for as long as they could. They've smiled when they felt broken. They've stayed silent when their heart wanted to speak. But silence cannot last forever. Something changed, and it changed fast. The energy around them shifted like a sudden wind. Things they had hidden for so long, fears, loyalties, old stories suppressed, dreams rushed to the surface all at once, and in that storm, voices were raised. Truths were thrown into the air like fire, and masks that had been worn for years suddenly broke apart. Their family had been holding back their feelings, maybe with quiet looks or forced politeness, but all that pressure finally exploded. The truth came out not whispered but shouted, and at the center of it all was you. But again, dear one, understand this truth with love. The fight was never truly about you. It was about what you represent. You are not just someone they care for. You are someone they choose. You are not someone who demands change. You simply are the change. Your presence in their life has awakened something powerful in them, and that light made the parts of their world built on fear and control begin to fall apart. Their family reacted with shock because you represent freedom. You represent self-worth. You represent love that is not based on obedience or approval, but on soul connection, choice, and truth. Your person stood in that storm, and for the first time they didn't retreat. They didn't hide. They didn't say, "I'll fix it later." They spoke, and their words, though maybe shaky or messy, came from a place of deep truth. They finally said what they've been too afraid to say: "I love them, and I will not feel ashamed for it." That moment was not just about telling their family the truth. It was about admitting it fully to themselves. The family demanded explanations. They asked hard questions. They pushed your person into a corner and asked, "Why are you so drawn to them? What is it you're not telling us?" And now your person is feeling a new kind of pressure, not just from them, but from their own soul, because there is something they have not yet told you. Something they have carried in silence, not out of betrayal, but out of fear. Fear that if they told you, you might think differently of them. Fear that your trust would break. Fear that you would walk away from them, and they would lose the one real and safe thing in their life. This truth could be connected to many things. It might be about a past relationship they never healed from. It might be about a financial issue they feel ashamed of. It might be about emotional struggles, mental health, or something in their family that they've never shared. But whatever it is, it's something they felt was too heavy to give to you. Not because they didn't trust you, but because they didn't think they were enough. Because when they look at you, they see strength. They see someone whole, someone who carries grace, independence, self-worth, and beside you, they have often felt small, inadequate, like they had to hide their scars to keep your love. So they wore a mask. They tried to appear composed, confident, calm. They tried to match your light without first revealing their shadows. And now they can't keep it up anymore. The confrontation with their family shattered something inside them. Someone, maybe even a mother figure, or someone they deeply respected, looked them in the eye and asked, "If you really love them, why are you still hiding?" And that question pierced through all their walls, because deep down, they've known the truth has to come out. Not later. Now the angels are with them in this moment, whispering to them, calming their fear, helping them find the courage they've been missing. And soon, very soon, they are going to come to you. Not with perfect words, not with a carefully planned speech, but with raw, trembling honesty. They will tell you the truth. Not because it's easy, not because they're completely ready, but because they now understand that real love needs truth. Real love needs vulnerability. Real love cannot grow in silence and fear. It grows in light. When they come to you, your heart will feel it before your mind fully understands. You may go quiet inside. You may feel surprised, shaken, even a little afraid. But you'll also feel something else. The sincerity in their voice, the weight of what they've been holding, the love behind every word they finally let go. And in that moment, the angels will be right beside you, helping you receive not just the truth, but the soul behind it. This is not about you fixing them. You are not being asked to carry their pain. You are being asked to witness it, to hold space for it, to meet them with the kind of love that sees the wound and still says, "I see you and I'm still here." This truth might stir pain, it might change some things, but it can also bring you closer than ever before. Because now your connection will not be built on guesswork or illusion. It will be real, whole, honest, sacred. Your person is finally understanding that they cannot keep loving you from behind a wall. They cannot keep trying to impress you while hiding their deepest truths. They are realizing that your love is not here to punish them for their past. It's here to help them grow, to heal. And even if they've been afraid to be seen, they are stepping into the light now. Not just because they were pushed to, but because they are ready. Ready to be known. Ready to be loved. Not just for what they show you, but for who they truly are. You may have wondered why they've been distant, why their mood changed, why they pulled back just when you thought things were getting stronger. It wasn't because they stopped caring. It was because something inside them was cracking, and they didn't know how to tell you. But that time of confusion is ending. The light is here. The truth is rising, and you, dear soul, are more ready to receive it than you may even realize. You've waited with a kind heart. You've stayed soft even in silence. You've held on when things didn't make sense, and the angels have seen it all. They've watched you love without needing proof. They've watched you trust even when it hurt. And now they are guiding this truth straight to your heart. What's coming next may not be easy, but it will be beautiful, because it will be real, and because it will give both of you the chance to build something deeper, something lasting, something divine. This was never an ordinary love. This connection has always been guided. It has always been protected. And now, as the truth prepares to meet the light, all the pieces will finally begin to make sense. Trust in the timing, trust in the love, and trust in your own heart, because it is more powerful, more healing, and more ready. Then you know. There comes a moment when someone can no longer hide behind the version of themselves they created to keep others happy. This person has spent a long time trying to live up to what their family expected, trying to be who everyone wanted them to be. But then you came into their life, and everything changed. Being near you awakened something deep inside them. The way you love, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak your truth and walk with strength. It made them feel something too real to ignore. Your energy didn't just touch their heart, it shook their soul awake. And now they can't keep pretending anymore. They stood up for the first time. They faced their family and said something they had been too scared to say before. I choose them. I choose love. They didn't say it to rebel. They said it because it's the truth, and that truth cost them something. Maybe peace at home, maybe approval, maybe old comfort. But it gave them something greater. Their voice, their freedom, their truth. And now their family, unable to control them anymore, is pushing them to tell you something they've been keeping inside. But this truth isn't a betrayal. It's not a mistake. It's something more vulnerable, something they've been too afraid to say what they've hidden. Is that being near you made them feel small. Not because of anything you did, but because they admire you so deeply, you shine so brightly. And it made them wonder if they were good enough to stand beside you. They questioned if they belonged in your world, so they held back. They stayed silent. Sometimes they avoided deep conversations. Not because they didn't care, but because they cared so much, and didn't know if they could meet your love with the strength it deserved. They thought they had to become someone better before they could be truly worthy of you. But the confrontation with their family cracked something open now. They feel the truth rushing out. They are being guided to stop hiding, to stop pretending, and to finally be honest with you. The truth is, they've loved you longer than they ever said, deeper than they ever showed, more seriously than they ever admitted. You weren't a phase, you weren't a distraction, you were, and still are, everything, and they're coming to tell you that, not out of fear, not because someone forced them, but because something sacred in them refuses to stay silent anymore. They dreamed of a life with you. They made quiet decisions with you in mind, even while pretending they weren't sure. They were already picturing a future with you, and now they're ready to say it. They know they waited too long. They know they should have told you sooner, but they were scared. Not of your love, but of not being enough for it, and now all those buried emotions are rising to the surface. They may come with tears, with shaking hands, but also with hope. The hope that you will understand, that you'll see their heart, that this truth will bring you closer, not drive you apart. The angels want you to listen, not just with your ears, but with your heart. To remember that you too have doubted your worth before, that you too have needed grace, and now you're being asked to reflect that same grace back to them. Your love has already changed them. It's helped them find their voice, their strength, their purpose. They aren't coming to impress you or to act perfect. They're coming to be real, to be themselves, to stand beside you, not as someone pretending to be strong, but as someone brave enough to be honest. They've already chosen you maybe not as a question, but as a forever. Their family may still not understand. They may still say painful things. But your person has chosen a different path now. They're walking toward you carrying the truth they've held inside for too long. They want you to know this. Love isn't uncertain. It isn't temporary. It's real. They've imagined your life together, dreamed of holding your hand through every season, and now they don't want to dream anymore. They want to live it with you. You have been patient. You have loved deeply. And now the time has come. The waiting is over. The breakthrough is here. The angels are rejoicing, not because it's been easy, but because it's real. And real love is worth everything. Let it come. Let it unfold. Let the truth rise. This is the love your soul has always known, and now it's finally ready to arrive. Type Amen. If your heart believes this is true, God bless you. Type Amen if you believe.